If your solo sounds like it is not the same song, it is because you are improvising on the chord chart, not inside the melody. Today, I am going to show you exactly how melody becomes a solo inside one tune using the same three-step Voicelid jazz guitar roadmap every time. My name is Junan Choi. I am an educated jazz guitarist and I passed down the apprenticeship I trained in to jazz guitar lovers. Most players don't need more information. They need a clearer learning order. In this clinic, I will show you a repeatable three-step connection that turns a melody into a solo without guessing scales. Today is very specific. I am not here to debate theory. I am going to answer one question that keeps showing up. How exactly does melody turn into a solo inside one tune? Not in general, not conceptually, inside one real standard. And the answer is always the same. The Voicelid jazz guitar three-step roadmap. Most solos fall apart for one reason. The player abandons the song. They play the melody once and then the solo becomes a different universe. At that moment, the brain switches into survival mode. What scale fits? What shapes do I know? What patterns can I run? And that is why the solo sounds like a practice material, because it is no longer connected to the melody's logic. So today, we fix one thing, how to keep the solo attached to the song. Here is my promise. If you understand this three-step connection in one standard, you can apply the same logic to another standard without restarting your brain. This is not a new concept. It is the same system applied to a different language. For today's demonstration, I am going to use the Days of Wine and Roses played by Wes Montgomery, and I will show it to you the Stella ByStarlight. And the reason I like standards like this is simple. The melody already contains the route. Here is the entire roadmap. No extra theory, no detours. The melody shows the center, the target. You expand that center into color of a structure. You expand the same logic across octaves, so the fretboard connects. That's it. Now, let's do it. So, let's talk about the target. So listen to what the melody already proves. This is not play chord tones. A good melody is not random notes. It keeps landing on notes that define the harmony's direction. So instead of inventing targets, we borrow the targets the composer already wrote. At this stage, your job is not to sound advanced. Your job is to stay faithful. Because if you cannot stay faithful to the melody, your solo will not stay faithful to the song either. Here's what I want you to do in step 1. Play the melody cleanly. Circle the notes that feels like an arrival. Notice how those arrivals line up with the harmony moving underneath. Do not chase every chord symbol yet. Let the melody tell you the target first. So let's see the example the West plays on the Days of Wine and Roses. in this simple, like short excerpt from his solo, there is too many things to talk about, but I want to just point out that his line, his own improvised line, how that is aligned with the song's original melody. Okay, so here is the melody and here is his solo. This is so obvious because this is the third of the chord and the melody, right? And then one thing you guys need to know about this version of Wes Montgomery playing, they played on the second measure. They played E flat major 7. That's why they have this D natural. Okay, that's why the second chord is so out there. It sounds so out there. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yeah, and then next measure over here, when the melody stays on the D, he did the same thing, right? And then da da ba da 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 da, right? On this G minor 7 right here, over here, this is, I already talk about this many times and I already showed you where we can play this, right? This is just his famous G minor 7, his West line. He is just playing, right? Yeah. So once you clearly target the melody, over here the melody is, over here what Wes was playing before he goes like 16 notes, he played, right? The melody is this, and in his line he played, right? The melody from before, the measure before, is the in the whole phrase is, I played over here because I harmonized the melody with this, right? D7 to the G minor 7, and the melody in the West line is actually, that's why he played, right? He outlined the melody and he plays his own line based off of the melody, the original melody. He did that first and then he went to, right? And then the next measure, once he demonstrate the 16 notes and he is keep going in 2 octave, right? I think I already showed you guys this. Over here B flat minor, right? And where is it? Oh yeah, over here is a B flat minor, right? So he clearly see this B flat minor to this B flat minor. B flat minor. And over here, the diagonally octave lower, and here is the one I really want to talk about today. Look at here. The melody of this tune is like, what is it? Da, 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 da. What do you see? Every single thing is the melody. This is the melody, and his improvised line sounds like, what is it? One more time. Now, so you have a target, which is the melody. You finally have permission to add color without losing the song. This is where most players do it backwards. They add color first and then wonder why it sounds random. So, most players treat upper structure like a separate topic, like a theory upgrade or leak or phrase, the form, pattern. But in Voicelid jazz guitar, upper structure is not a new word. It is just the melody's target expanded, like we just saw in how West did, right? So once the melody gives you the center, you can choose color without losing direction. If you skip step 1, upper structure becomes random sophistication. If you do step 1, upper structure becomes controlled storytelling. Step 2 is driven by two questions. What color supports the melody's target right now? What color prepares the next target without breaking direction? This is how great players sound inevitable, not because they know more scales, but because their color choices serves the route. So, like we see before, the G minor 7 on the West, once he hit that, and then he went to crazy mode, and then right, this is not just adding complexity, this is revealing what the melody already allows. Now you have a target, step 1, a color choice that supports the target, step 2, and then but you still have one guitar problem. Most players can only do it in one position. So step 3 is where the fretboard finally opens up without new theory, which is octave expansion. Most guitarists think the solution is more shapes, more scarce patterns, more boxes. But the real reason the fretboard opens up is the melody does not live in one register. If your idea is truly melodic, you will naturally want to say the same sentence higher or lower. That is octave expansion. And on guitar, that expansion has famous names, Django line and West line. But do not think lick. Think same logic across the register. So step 3 is take the same target logic from step 1, take the same color logic from step 2, and express it one octave up or down without losing its direction. That is how the line starts moving diagonally. So I already kind of show you over here on B flat minor. This position is perfect position for the Django line, right? So over here, I would go like a D flat major in 2 octaves. So if I am playing something like on this 2 major, I would go like so this D flat major with this D flat major. I'm connecting it. Wes clearly see the same octave, but he was looking at this B flat minor shape. So he sounds like of course, he plays his 2 octave West line in the second half of the tune. This is the same phrase that he plays on the 4 and 6. Okay? So this roadmap is not tune specific, it is melody specific. So if this works on this tune, it works on other standards too, because the melody still decides the target. That is exactly why I rotate training tunes like Fly Me to the Moon, All the Things You Are, and Autumn Leaves. Different melodies, but same roadmap. And today, I am going to show you how I might do play on the Stella ByStarlight. By the way, the Stella ByStarlight, if you guys want to follow how I am doing right now, you need to follow the how to learn tunes step, those 12 steps in this Stella ByStarlight. Then you will see where I am going, what I am playing. Okay, so let me play one more time what I played in the beginning of this video, the chord melody of Stella ByStarlight. So if I have to play on this tune, I might play like and let me explain what I played. This is the first chord of this tune is actually the 1 diminished major 7. And by the way, this tune is originally written in key of G. Miles Davis plays in key of B flat, and he reharmed the first 2 chords as the last 8 major, the first 2 major chord of the last 8 bar. That's why the first 2 major have those 2-5 chord progressions. But originally the first 2 major of the chord is 1 diminished major 7. Okay. So I played B flat diminished with the melody on top is major 7. Then this is 2-5, C minor 7 to the F7. I just put the melody on top. And up to here, what I played, diminish. Melody target. And then what I played over here, the voicing, right? I just played the voicings. So this F7, after this F7, it doesn't resolve to the perfect fifth motion. It's just going into F minor 7. So I could target this minor third of the next chord, which is F minor 7. So I could play this A flat over here, but then melody is right next to. And I played this voicing with a B flat 7, flat 9 with natural 13, because on the one chord, the next chord, E flat major 7, the melody is landing on the 5th over here. That's why I wanted to play like now it resolves into the melody, right? So up to here. See? One more time. So this is the basically what I am doing in the tunes, whether the melody is either third or not. I am I am clearly seeing, am I targeting the third or am I targeting the melody? I may play the targeting the melody maybe in the first chorus, and then maybe I will blow off in the second chorus or next chorus, and then maybe when I have to coming back down, I need to like demonstrate the melody again to capture the audience ear, or even okay, I'm done, I'm giving it to the next person to blow off. Then the melody is really a good source to everything, just wrap it up. So the thing is, even if you are targeting the melody or not, you should know yourself that you are targeting the melody or not. But if you are not targeting the melody, because the melody is not the third and you are targeting the third, you can still be able to hear the chord change. If you are targeting the melody when the melody is not the third, still that's even better. You are keep going with the song like the West was doing. So if you want to build this method from the ground up, start here. Go to my website and watch the free 2-hour training, Essential Building Blocks. I will put the link below. And watch it, then submit the scorecard, and I will guide you to the next steps that fits for you. And when you are ready to see proof at a master level, not theory talk, real lines, that is exactly what Jazz Icon versus Insight is for. It shows how this roadmap is already inside real playing and how to extract it. In the next clinic, we will take a real comment and test it inside an actual phrase. So you can stop debating and start hearing. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.